right into this week's and today's Tuesday tip at 2. Hello, it is me, Danielle J. Mitchell, your up and coming queen of real estate. And I'm here to talk to you about actually continue a series, if you will, in regards to short sales. This is the part 2 of that. Last week I talked about short sales mostly from a buyer's perspective, if it is conducive to buy a short sale. And really the conclusion to that, it really depends, right? It depends on what you're looking for. I tried to kind of give the information so you can weigh what's conducive for you. All right. But we're going to talk about short sales from a seller standpoint. So let's do a bit of an overview and go into more detail in regards to short sales. What is a short sale? A short sale is a sale of real estate property for which the lender is willing to accept less than, the amount still owed on the mortgage. So one or two things could be happening. The owner may be far behind in payments, right? So this is first out of your home, quote unquote evicted. And I am going to go into the difference between a short sale and foreclosure because they're not the same. But essentially foreclosure is, the step after the possibility of doing the short sale. Okay. So pretty much you haven't paid, 3 months behind is typically, I think, is the ballpark. 3 months behind, they may go ahead and pursue pretty much evicting you out of the house, right? And foreclose it on your home. Okay. A short sale is a step before that. Maybe you lost your job, right? Maybe, and that keeping up on the mortgage payments is going to be a problem, right? You felt ill, something happened, you have to move quickly. For whatever the reason, some way, shape, or form, you need to sell your house. You can't make the mortgage. It's a problem. And you want to, kind of short sales are not necessarily the greatest on your credit, but it's definitely better than being foreclosed on. Okay. So another reason is, maybe you want to sell your house, right? Because you need to move or you just want a new house, but you know that the market, right? Maybe you bought your house at a time where the market was really, really sky rocket high, interest rates were super high or something. And pretty much the equity that's in your house is kind of upside down, right? The market is not matching what you owe on the home, right? So even if you sold it normally, you're not going to recoup the amount that you owe on the house. So that is another reason to short sell your house. Okay. So now to clarify, what people don't understand about short sales, a lot of people think, oh, well, the bank wants to get rid of the home, get rid of the short sale, so it should be a faster process. That is not necessarily the case. The lender is going to want to recoup as much money as possible, so they may prolong it, right? And a lot of times the ball is in the lender's courts, whether to accept an agreement, to accept an offer, or deny it, or delay it, or whatever the case is. Okay. Short sale versus foreclosure. Again, I kind of went into it, but again, a short sale is where the homeowner is initiating the sale of their house. All right. So again, me, I'm the homeowner, and I'm like, I know I'm not going to be able to make these payments, or I know that circumstances have changed. So you know what? Before it gets to a place where, somebody wants to come and take the house from me before a foreclosure, I'm going to just try to make a deal with the bank, right? To sell it for X amount. And typically it's less than what you owe on the mortgage. So yes. Really, for a short sale to take place, the home must be worth less than the amount the homeowners owe, and they must be so behind in their mortgage payment they don't think they're able to catch up. Okay. Potential buyers will deal with the home sellers during the short sale process, but again, all of the details around the process must be approved, reviewed, and approved by the lender. Okay, short sale cannot happen unless it is approved by the lender. All right. And again, it can be lengthy, it can be unpredictable. On the other hand, foreclosure situation, the banks take ownership of the home. So in a foreclosure, the bank has taken that home. They, went through the foreclosure process. It is there because the homeowner failed to keep up with the mortgage payment. Okay. The process is initiated by the lender. It's similar to an eviction process, if you will. The lender will force to sell the home in order to recover close to the original loan amount, as close to original loan amount as possible. Okay, most foreclosed home has already been abandoned. Okay, but if the homeowners are still in the house, then the lenders will evict them. All right. So the lender is going to sell it either by auction or through a real estate agent. Okay. So yeah, you don't want to get into a foreclosure process. And I would say that, listen, in the Philadelphia, city of Philadelphia, they have a lot of programs that can help people who may be falling on hard times. Again, talking with your lender is a big thing. Communication is key. Is key. So if you are having any issue as a seller, you don't want to just not say anything. Not say anything does not make it go away, does not make it better. So definitely you want to have the conversation, and you may want to look into getting a short sale done. Okay. How does the short sale work? Number one, owner again starts talking about starts to talk to the lender, and after they have a conversation with the lender, let them know the scenario. The lender has to agree to that said amount. Number one, to put it on the market as a short sale, and as well as the amount. Okay, and have to make sure that that amount will satisfy what's owed, will satisfy the loan. There are some cases where the short sale will happen, but the owner may still be liable for whatever is pretty much, let's say the house is sold for $10,000 below what was agreed upon. The owner, the seller, may have to still come up with that $10,000. May not. It's whatever you decide with the lender. Okay. Of course, that number two is you will work with a real estate agent or a realtor, such as myself. So if you are in a situation where it's like, listen, I'm having a hard time, I know that I need to, get from, you know, out of this mortgage, then you would talk with a real estate agent. You would explain everything that's going on, right? Um, of course, I will get a buyer for you, and we will go through the process in which I talked about last week on my Tuesday tip, in regards to that. Or another realtor may bring a buyer in. Again, nothing's approved unless the lender is approving of it. So, after that, you're pretty much, again, going through the process that we talked about last week. You're getting under contract. You're, talking about, listen, most times, 9 times out of 10, does as is sell, all that good stuff. So you can just refer to the other Tuesday tip for the process after you get a buyer. Okay. Why do lenders do short sales? The only reason a lender would want to go through a short sale process and therefore accept a mortgage payoff amount that's less than the balance owed is because they believe it's their best chance to recoup as much of the mortgage loan as possible. Right. So it's in the bank's interest to go ahead and do the short sale if they really feel as though, yeah, this person is probably not going to be able to pay it. Foreclosure is more of a hassle. It's more of a hassle. So, it's like a amicable split, if you will. It's something where the lender hopefully can be satisfied as well as the seller. Okay. The loan, because of that reason, a lender is not, wait, a lender will not consider a short sale if the loan is current. Okay, so typically if the loan is current, then they may not consider the short sale. You have to be a little bit behind, right? If the owner is making regular payment, the lender has no reason they think they can't continue making them. Okay, it's a no-brainer. All right. So typically, if you when you get to the point of a notice of default, that's when you want to start having that conversation about the short sale. If you know that, listen, I'm not going to catch up with these payments, it's just not going to happen. So rather than going into foreclosure, let's see if we can strike a deal. Let's make a deal. The homeowner declares bankruptcy. Okay. Um, if the homeowner declares bankruptcy, negotiating a short sale is considered collection activity, which is not allowed in bankruptcy. Okay. Why? Why would you do a short sale? Okay. Throughout the process, the homeowner's focus is convincing the lender that a short sale is the best option. The homeowner must, okay, prove they won't be able to make the mortgage payment, confirm that the local housing market value has gone down and so low that the home won't be able to sell for enough for them to be able to pay off the mortgage. Okay, provide most lenders a signed contract with a buyer. Oh, sorry. No, not that one. Make sure that the short sale agreement includes a waiver of lender's right to pursue the homeowner if the remaining balance of the loan. Okay, so I talked about that earlier in regards to if maybe an offer is accepted that is less than what was agreed upon. Okay, so signing that waiver is very important because you don't want to be liable for additional funds. Okay. That's all for today and this week's Tuesday tip at 2. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, as I talked at the top of this live, I will be doing another home selling workshop. I also will be doing another home buying workshop. Listen, details are to come. Make sure, okay, I don't want you guys to miss my live. So make sure you just subscribe. Not only do I upload Tuesday tips at 2, but I upload different, what I call city living, tours of different homes and things of that nature. Be sure to follow me on social media. I'm on Instagram, I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Facebook, all that good stuff. Just look up Danielle J. Mitchell or djmrealty. You'll find me either way. Listen, if you're thinking of selling, if you're thinking of buying, you know where to contact me by now. Matter of fact, it's right here on the screen. You can sign up for a free consultation with me. It's virtual, or we can meet. I mean, at this point, just be sure to bring your mask. But either way, you can sign up via bit.ly/DJM consult, and we can have a conversation about your real estate aspirations. Remember, there's no place like home. There is no place like home buying. And thanks so much for joining me today. And I will talk to you soon. Bye bye.